Hello, everyone, and welcome to the season finale of Hen Sports Night. I am Matt Pollard alongside Gabrielle Frasier, and we are here today for some quick and current updates. Last night, the first few games of the NBA in-season tournament kicked off as the Indiana Pacers topped the Boston Celtics, and the New Orleans Pelicans took down the Sacramento Kings.
Tonight, the New York Knicks will face the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Phoenix Suns will take on Los Angeles Lakers. The winners of these games will join the Pacers and Pelicans in Las Vegas, where the four teams will face off until one remains standing.
Some of the players that have been taking the spotlight so far are Joel Embiid, who is currently leading the NBA in scoring with 32 points a game, Nikola Jokic, who is following up his NBA championship by continuing to be dominant and almost averaging a triple-double, and Tyrese Haliburton, who has been arguably the best offensive player in the whole league this season so far. The NBA season this far has been very exciting, and hopefully it can continue this way through the next few months.
This NFL season felt a little strange, but one thing we can't ignore are the injuries players endured. Some of the biggest players that have suffered an injury are Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, and now Trevor Lawrence, who may miss a good amount of time after suffering from a gruesome-looking ankle injury last night against the Bengals. These injuries are just a few of the major names that have gone down this year, as each team has dealt with their fair share of star players missing. On other news, the NFL standings are all very close as a down-to-the-wire race may happen for the number one seed. The Eagles had a very good chance at almost guaranteeing the number one seed this week due to possible tiebreakers in their easy games coming up, but they came up almost absolutely flat against the 49ers, who won 42-19 in their game on Sunday. The same can be said about the Chiefs, who looked as if they would have an easy game against the Packers, but they ended up dropping the game in Green Bay and are no longer the number one seed in the AFC.
Moving on to college football, there are 4 teams in the playoffs that were revealed earlier this week, and they were Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama. There was a lot of controversy over whether or not FSU should have made the cut because of their impressive undefeated season where they beat a number of ranked teams, but the committee ultimately ended up going with Alabama. Fans believe a big reason for this is that FSU's quarterback, Jordan Travis, suffered a season-ending injury a few weeks ago, and Alabama obviously has a bigger market and will likely draw in larger viewerships. However, Alabama was also able to hand the number one ranked Georgia at this time their first loss in 29 games, which the committee believed was enough to get them into the top 4. Anyways, Michigan will face Alabama and Washington will face Texas, both happening on New Year's Day. There's a very good chance that the winner of the whole tournament will come from that Alabama-Michigan game, as Michigan has been as dominant as they had ever been, and Alabama has had seemingly never-ending success over the last many years. However, Texas and Washington should not be counted out, as they were also both very good this year and each have a lot of star power on their team. While it will be a bit of a wait to see who will end up winning these upcoming games, the hype is certainly going to build over these next few weeks.
This past Saturday, the university headed to Washington Grizzly Stadium to battle the Montana Grizzlies in the second round of the FCS playoffs. The Grizzlies, who are a 7-game winning streak, won against Delaware, with the ending score being 49-19. This game, which concludes our 2023 football season, is the first game we've played against Montana and the first game played in Missoula since 1993. In other news, the university recently recognized women's ice hockey as an official varsity sport that will be offered to play in July of 2025. Delaware, who is the 45th college or university to sponsor a Division I women's ice hockey program, will join the College Hockey America, CHA, to make this all possible. And that's all for desk updates. Now let's send it over to Emily and Dylan for the UD package.